Okay, three, two, one, and we are live. We are live. We are live. We are live. We are live and direct on Channel Haka Show. Oh, and silly of me to not uh do my hashtags like I normally do. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. There's been a lot of you know, it's been a whole lot of done a lot of thinking. You know, done done a lot of done a lot of thinking that led me to a divine intervention. But we'll talk about it once there's more people in here. You know what I mean? I don't expect people to get what I'm saying at all. But for those who actually have, you know, a thought, a mind of understanding, you know what I mean? You definitely know where I'm coming from. But yeah, I'm here. I am here. Still waiting for this like swelling to go down with my pinky knuckle. But other than that, it's healing. It's healing. So, I can't complain. Can't complain about that, all I can do is keep pushing forward and what I mean, and be the greatest version of myself instead of worrying about others, you know, instead of worrying about others. But you know, it is a Wednesday, and I see a lot of people. See a lot of people not on. Uh, I guess, but hey, you know what I mean. I always got to pick my days where there are not a lot of people like you know live streaming. But sorry, I got distracted, y'all. Don't mind me. Um, yeah, We're gonna try something new, man. We're gonna try something new. Now this is only an experiment. I don't really expect people to actually support the channel. By being a contributor and just $5 contribution. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because I am on here, and no, not to say that you know Not to say anything, what brothers are doing, and as they should, you know what I mean? As they should. Like, if you are asking for people to contribute $5 or 10, to your platform, I don't see nothing wrong with it because, I mean, you should get paid for being a content creator. If this is the lane anybody is trying to be in, but you got a lot of hard-headed niggas. Um, you got a lot of hard-headed niggas.
You got
A lot of hard-headed niggas that, you know, who are trying to be content creators, but, what I mean, don't have the equipment. Even I. Even I don't have, equipment yet. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But just to like actually have like a full podcast equipment, yeah, it's like I gotta, and I agree with Sir. I agree with Sir Obadiah. I gotta be in that right mental space for that, because this is, what I mean, like I'm a work in progress. I've always said this on previous of streams that I am a work in progress. You know, so I learn here and there from like content creators who've been in the content creator game for quite some times, either from through self streams, or what I mean, or just conducting a structural panel, you know what I mean. What up, Sir? you know but yeah, man, today's episode, man, well, this is just my take. Um, it doesn't really have to do with anything on, and shout out to Third Ward, man. Shout out to the whole team of For the Record TV, you know. Shout out shout outs to them. Um, but I find it funny how people demand respect by being disrespectful, And like I said, I'm not only talking about, last weekend's current events that occurred, but I'm starting to see that quite often um, in this space. I'm starting to see, women getting out of pocket, being disrespectful, and then you got these individuals that want to make a after stream, want to start slandering when it's like, come on, like, you were in the wrong. If you saw that replay of what you did, and this not just women on this space, this is also goes out to the dudes too. Like, the way y'all conduct yourselves should be the same energy y'all conduct yourselves in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, the same way you want people to respect you on here, well, that also applies, in real life as well. There's no one way street when it comes to respect. You know what I mean? There is really no there's really no one way street when it comes down to like respect. And that seems to be the problem uh in this space. People confuse disrespect as respect. Like, you know, you got you I wouldn't say all, but you have some platforms that actually have structure, and that's uh not with the fuck shit, you know? And people need to get out their fucking feelings and see the real picture that, you know, it takes a real adult to see that they were in the wrong. You know what I mean? It shouldn't take like another individual to um, point out the fuckery. It's like adults, what are we doing here? Why are we still acting like we need somebody to hold our hands? Like, you are grown adults. I expect each and every one of you to act like one. But apparently you have a lot of individuals that just stuck to their old ways, and they pretty much project that project their old ways of thinking on here, which is sad. Absolutely sad, man. Absolutely sad. Like, I ain't never seen like folks who are in their 40s, you know, conduct themselves on a live panel, and not and don't and try to and act like they could get away with it because they gotten away with it too long on other panels. Now, not to say, you know, no names, but I will say this: be careful. Be careful not to dabble into the fuck shit. If you really got yourselves like a good channel, stick to the program. Don't stick to the fuck. Don't try to intertwine the fuckery with your program, because you're gonna have a nasty fall. You know what I mean? Like, you really are going to have a very, very nasty ass fall, and you ain't got nobody to blame but yourselves as adults. Now, you could take it or leave it. You know, I could just show you how to get to the valley where there's fresh alkaline water. But that's up to you to take my advice, or, do your own thing and find it. It's not rocket science. I'm not here to enforce what people should do with their lives. I mean, shit. I mean, at this point, like, y'all made it where you at now. So it's like, why do I need to intervene? If you say what you say you are, then act like it. You got a lot of these goofy ass individuals that like to pick and choose when they want to be adults, and then they pick and choose when they want to act like they're in high school again, living their second childhood. And it's quite an embarrassing it's quite an embarrassing display actually to be shown on YouTube. You know, it's like folks rather be broken than rather fix themselves to be a better version of themselves. See, when people carry on acting about getting drunk on these panels, and I'm not saying that nobody should have fun, but we also got to keep this in mind. You got some individuals that just don't know how to hold their fucking liquor. I've seen this plenty of time on off of social media as well as on social media. I've seen it far too many times, and especially coming from people that are in their 40s or about to be in their 40s, acting like they never drunk liquor before. Like, if you never drunk liquor before, then you shouldn't be fucking drinking in the first place. If you don't know how to control those seated temperaments that dwells inside you, you know, it's like, what my uncle used to tell me, man, that really sticks to me. I don't conduct business with people that are not sober. That's real shit. I mean, yeah, you know, it is truth serum, you know what I mean? Where you're like an open book once you got that liquor in your system, you know? But that was one rule that I learned to live by, is that I don't want to conduct no type of business if I'm not in the right mind frame at the moment, or you are not in the right mind frame at the moment. Like, I'll just say, hey, listen, we'll talk about this, what I mean, when we both have, sober minds instead of a drunk one. Yeah, man, like I'm real with minds, man, because like I've seen too much shit, that people say that they're conducting business, but they're doing it the wrong way on how it should be conducted. You know, it's no different. It's really no different than a family affair. You know what I mean? They should be the head of the family that should conduct, whatever angst that one family member to another is having, instead of instead of what I mean, having outside people like try to be the mediator, you know when you know very well that, what I mean, even if they are your friends or whatnot, like I still wouldn't drag them into, you know the confrontation uh that I'm having with another family member or sibling. You know what I mean? That's just me. You know, what's in the family, what I mean, stays in the family. I know I'm going all over. Forgive me. But yeah, man, like that's a lot of shit. This is a lot of bullshit that I've been seeing, man. Um like I said, man, in order for you to get respect, you also have to give it. You know what I mean? You also have to give it. You also have to give yourself amount of respect for yourselves. How many people can sit behind their camera proudly cammed up and say that, I respect myself. and I wouldn't have in no other way, nor would I ever try to stoop low to a point where, I lose respect for myself as an individual, you know? But yeah, man, like, can't demand respect if you're being disrespectful to somebody else's platform. Just look at it like this. You want to pull that same type of bullshit in somebody else's house, right? So why even try to pull that stunt, you know, on somebody else's platform and then make an after stream slandering these individuals when they weren't in the wrong on how they on how they handled the situation accordingly. Hey man, I'm just keeping it real, sir. I'm just keeping it real, but not just only that particular uh, shenanigans that happened over the weekend, but I'm just saying in general. I'm saying in general, like you don't want nobody to disrespect you, then you need to mind yourself on where you at when you're on people's platforms. Now, you can do whatever the fuck you want on your platform, right? But you know what I mean? Try to pull that same stunt on somebody else's platform. Like, you may get away with murder, you may not. You may fucking not. And you try to drag other content creators who are cool with content creators who are level headed as them. Yeah, you definitely trying to do something, to tarnish the other people's names, you know, and especially, it's not just only these misguided niggas who are in our generation as well as Gen X's. Uh, you got these supposedly married broads or divorced broads, running amok saying, oh, men ain't shit this, men ain't shit that. But then it's like, this is what happens when you get put on a pedestal. And 10 out of 10, you're going to resort that nobody ain't calling you on your bullshit. For some women, I can't really say for all because, this is what I've observed. I don't speak fluent woman. I speak dude. I speak fluent man. All right. But right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? If you in the wrong, then you know what I'm saying? You can't sit up on these panels and just, think that you're invincible and no one ain't gonna hold you accountable for your disrespect. Especially if they try to hash it out behind the scenes, it just goes to show that you are in your fucking feelings because your whole life, what you've seen that wasn't right in your mind was normal. Now tell me if I'm lying because, I'd rather have peace than I'd rather have a peace of mind than rather be right all the time, you know? That's just me. That is just me as a black man. This and also, the sad thing about it is that it just goes to show that, a lot of these Gen Xers as well as millennials don't have no mental discipline. Let me repeat that again. A lot of these degenerates don't have a lot of mental discipline, nor um I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having, what I mean, I'm having a brain fart. Excuse me. But what I mean? Like, not a lot of self-control. Not a lot of self-control, you know? Of their actions, of their emotions, as well as spirituality goes. There's no structure. There is no form of structure. And what up, third? What up, man? I am a grown ass man, degenerate. But you know what I mean, bro. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. But you got a lot of folks that be doing a lot of gas talking. A lot of gas talking. That they this and that. But you say a few soft words to ruffle their feathers. Man, it's like smoking a fucking city. You know what I mean? Now I'm trying to be a better be a better version of myself. But you know what I mean? Like, when you live so long and see everybody who is a hero to you in your eyes and see that they're just nothing but hypocrites, you know what I mean? Like, of course you got to be the villain, because when we were kids, you know, we idolize heroes. But now when we are of age and we could think for ourselves and we could see uh a lot of things, you start losing respect for that hero and get a better understanding about the villain more. Now, I'm not saying every villain, but you know what I mean. But kind of find this pathetic that you got grown individuals who don't know when to shut the fuck up. I know I'm sounding a little bit belligerent, but you know what I mean. I learned this a long time ago. Being you know, be understanding, but don't be with all the sugarcoat. You know what I mean? If they get mad, let them get mad. You know, but don't let them disrespect you on your own panel. You gotta learn to you gotta learn to strike that hammer. You know, you gotta let them know, like, listen, you may have gotten away with murder, pulling this type of bullshit on other people's platforms, but it's not gonna happen over here. You know what I mean? And it's like, I dare you to even make an after stream trying to slander for your wrongdoings, because you will continually, your whole card will get pulled. And this ain't just for the women. This ain't for the hoes. This also for you goof ass niggas. It's like, stop trying to be something that you're not. What are you? 15 again? The fuck? It's like I'm surrounded by little babies. I don't see no adults in this space besides besides the people that rock with me. But the rest of y'all, man, y'all got a lot of growing up to do. Should have done that in the beginning of your prime. Because as you all should remember, we're not immortal. We are actually living on borrowed time. So if I were y'all, I would cut that shenanigans out. Try to be the best version of yourselves instead of being the worst version of yourself. I mean, you could take it or leave it, but either way, you know, you're going to see it all crumbling in front of you, slowly but surely. You're going to see all that shit crumbling down before you. You know, I wouldn't be worried about, losing subscribers. I'd be worried about losing the people that care for you in your real life. You know what I mean? Instead of being on here spending 8 hours of your day proving somebody's sexuality. That's like my man Sir would say, that's stagnant content. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's not. It's absolutely not. It's not going to go any fucking where. What up, Bronze Bird? What's going on, man? But yeah, man, I be careful. I be careful. I be careful. And y'all know who you are. I be careful if I were you. If you do not want if you do not want those problems again. Oh, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. It's actually crossroad, not crosswords, but I see you probably on your phone and shit. But yeah, man, there will be more beats to come, man. There will be more beats to come, man. I'm just whew, man, it's really not easy from what people see it as from a consumer standpoint. It's really not easy when you gotta deal with the nonsense. You gotta deal with niggas, you know what I mean, trying to hit you over the head with these unimaginable unimaginable rewards when they haven't have that themselves, you know. And what's good, Juan? What's good, man? But it just goes to show, man. It really just goes to show. Um, you just got a lot of people on this earth that just wasting borrowed time that God has given them. You know, it's a shame. It's a damn shame. It's really a damn shame, bro. Like, I'm disgusted. I'm very disgusted. And I'm gonna keep talking about it until these niggas really get the message. Yeah. You always gotta do that. You always gotta decipher between low energy and higher energy. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I am an advocate of that. Cause man, I would say like after my 3 years of observations of certain people that I let in, I just seen, their true selves. I just seen their mask that they were wearing. Correction. And their true self is seeping through them cracks, just to show me who they really are. Yeah, they're really not humble. They're really not, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Especially the people that I've worked with, you know. I mean, I could only drop jewels, but it also depends on them if they're gonna heed my advice or it's just gonna fall on deaf ears. You know, and then that's when people start feeling some type of way when they're not getting their way, and it's like, well, no, man. I mean, I make music for a living to get paid, not just to give away freebies. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's no different when niggas like to go be on the gram and show off their high end sneakers. You know what I mean? The most recent sneakers that is trending, expensive sneaker that is trending right now. Like, well, bro, if you don't have a problem, looking fly, then you shouldn't have a problem paying for a beat. You know, producers got to eat too. Producers gotta pay bills. I mean, just like anybody else in this country. You know, but this is what I've noticed. You know, this is exactly what I noticed. But the only people that don't notice what they're doing is the people who never looked at themselves in the mirror, who they truly are, or what they became over the years, you know, still holding on to that seated anger and resentment inside their hearts still. Holding on to it will not help you to grow. It will not help you to grow. It's like it's like you're pouring pouring water to a flower. Now, you give it too much water, you'll definitely fuck up its process of what it should be doing, as a flower. But like I always say, what the fuck would I know? Since we got a lot of know it alls and a lot of a lot of smart guys, you know what I mean, waving their degrees, but they can't even tell you, or not even tell you, but they can't even show you that they have common sense, because they too busy trying to live a lifestyle that they ass couldn't cash. And we know who these individuals are, you know, male, female alike. We know who these individuals are. But you know, none of these individuals ain't ready to have that conversation with themselves, looking themselves in the mirror and see, you know, just to take a deep look. I mean, like deep look into themselves, like what they become, and ask this question. Like, and it's a simple question. Why am I not happy still? Another question. What do I need to do, you know, to put my best foot forward? How can I do it? What steps do I need to take, you know, to do it? What are the steps that I need to take to do this? You know, because I can't ask somebody or a group of people to hold my hand, you know? Like this journey is for you to the journey through. You know what I mean? Can't make people the main character of your own story. That's just that's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. I never heard an individual, you know what I mean? Any individual that did that, you know? But like I said, man, show respect and you shall receive respect. You know, it's not rocket science. You know what people like to assume, you know? You know, respecting others is more like is respecting others also applies to respecting yourself as the individual. Like I said, you could take it or leave it. But either way, you know what I mean? I don't want to say I'm right, but I will say, you know, told you so. I told you so. And you didn't listen. And you know what I mean? This is the bed that most of these individuals got to make up and lie in, because they were so focused on, you know, the bullshit, you know what I mean, not really seeing the full scope of you know what I mean, like this may this may catch up to them. You being disrespectful to other people on the on their platform, you know what I mean? Just remember it. Tables do turn, and it could come back and bite you in the ass. Mind your words. Mind your words. Because somebody will have no problem digging up a lot about you, doxing you, where you have to disappear. I mean, shit. I, I mean, shit. Couple of people got doxed. You know what I mean? Couple of people got doxed because they were careless. You know, what they said slipped out of their mouth. That's why I say, be careful how you maneuver around these parts, man. Be careful that, you know what I mean, you're not like these these individuals. And one thing that Sir also brought to my attention last night. Shout outs to him. Sorry I missed most of the panel. Most of the education on the microphones and all that. But I did bookmark the article that he shared in the chat. So I'll definitely take a look at this article. Uh you know, when I mean when I have the time. But like yeah, a lot it's like a lot of you want to talk this whole black empowerment, but it's like what examples can you give me that you have done to empower black people besides badgering and you know nagging what we should do? you know and let's be clear, let's be totally fucking clear. Being pro black, since that word has been misused in so many contexts, uh I don't really recall pro black had anything to do with being prejudiced, you know. Uh but you know what I mean, what would I know? But all I know is you know what I mean, being pro black did not mean just shit on everybody. Being pro black means you love yourself from the way your nose looks, the way your hair texture looks, just your whole well-being, or what black people have done, you know. You know what I mean? Like I embrace my blackness proudly, but if I'm dating outside my ethnicity, that's still not going to change that I love who I am as an individual black man. Instead of all this goofy shit that you know what I mean, that the conscious community needs to take accountability for misusing that word or any other like woke. Like, how you woke and still stuck on ignorance? How you woke? How you woke but on some goofy ass shit? Is the question. See, I don't take none of you individuals seriously if you don't take yourselves seriously. Because if I hear you individuals say, oh, I don't take none of y'all seriously, well, let me ask you this question. Do you take yourself seriously? See, but they ain't ready to answer that. You know, a lot of these people, you can hear the crackling in their voice when they answer that question. It was like, yeah, you're not convincing me that you don't take yourself seriously. See, and that's the sad. See, all them shaming tactics. It's like, but it just case in points to show that how you gonna expect me to love you when you hardly love yourself? That applies to any woman of color, any woman of any ethnicity. You know what I mean? Like who's still holding on to daddy issues on what they did. You know, I mean, hey, if you, I mean, hey, you talk about men ain't shit. Well, let's talk about how many good dudes you turn into assholes and vice versa. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, you want yourself a good man who's not out and about in the streets. A drug dealer ain't gonna be the one to provide you. Uh, yeah, just dating drug dealers. Like, I just like to know who the fuck came up with that idea. But then again, it's like I keep forgetting that motherfuckers like to follow every fucking lyric that these hoes be spewing out when they got a husband at home and kids, but spewing all that thought shit. It's like these stagnant ass bitches on here, you know, that are telling young women they don't need to cook. Well, how's she gonna eat? Don't tell me that she gotta, buy fast food or, have a nigga trick off on her to get something to eat. But y'all want to sit on other platforms and talk about, oh, I could cook. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Some of you chicks have raised my suspicions that when y'all say that y'all could cook, but y'all don't show the work that you can cook on here. Like, what's the problem? Like if you good at cooking, like make a con like do some content about cuisine, about about different dishes that you spiced up. You know what I mean? Instead of all this goofy ass shit talking about or questioning everybody else's sexuality. Man, the conscious community is a graveyard. I'm gonna repeat that again. The conscious community is a fucking graveyard. And shit. I ain't seen no rising stars, you know, that will make Brother Malcolm proud. and the rest of our, heroes that did not get the recognition while they were alive. It's like, damn. People big you up while you're dead, but they won't big you up while you're alive. Now, that's the fucking problem that I have. That's the shit that I don't fucking like. And they can be mad at me all they want. I really don't give a fuck. Come say it to my face. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Juan G's. Hold on. Let me highlight what he says. You gotta make the content you like to make for you. That's why it's called YouTube. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, you got a lot of these, but just to go back to what Third was saying, and um, yeah, you got a lot of bitter females who've been divorced or cheated on, or they decided to pack their shit up and say, I'm not dealing with this shit. That's why they have all that hatred in them, because they have hate for themselves. And they see other people who are happily married and actually in a functional relationship, not none of these dysfunctional ships, correction, when they're acting like they don't have no grown folk sense. That's when they start gas talking on what they this and that, but then it's like they don't have the proof to show it. Or, what I mean? Each their own. But it's one way or another, if you're gonna preach what you're gonna preach, you better show the practice and show that you the real deal. But niggas don't listen. I mean, shit. I would say 98% of black people don't fucking listen. I know that's very fucking high, but shit. Shit, from at my standpoint of what I see, yeah, they might as well be that 98%. we're we're down the line of being the 2% of the individuals. You know what I mean? That just forever green. It may not get as much receiving love as stagnant content does, um, which is ass backwards. But this country is a backward ass country. You speak the truth, they hate you. You tell a lie, they want to be on your dick with them sweet nothings. And then where is it going to get you? See, that's the monkey wrench right there. You know, you tell a lie long enough, you're gonna have to keep up with that lie. Like Sir Obadiah always said on his panels, correction, on his live streams. You know, you gotta continue on with that you gotta continue on with that lie that you just precipitated, until like I don't know, man. Like until you begin to crack, you know, until you begin to crack, until somebody actually pulls out your card and tells you that you're not who you say you are. I know you. But you know what I'm saying? That's just my take on it, man. That's just my take. Uh yeah, man, this is pretty much a chill self stream. Shit. I mean, I may return. I may return with part two, and just have other people's their input, their stance on things, like whether it's relatable, to what has been going on in the space, or what I mean, just something that you peeped, on your own spare time, like in your real life. I don't know, but you know what I mean? It has to be talked about. We gotta talk about it. Cause ducking and dodging ain't gonna save your ass. It's really not. Especially if they got the replays on deck on how you carried yourself as an individual, And you know what I mean? People gonna call you out for it. I mean, that's not no diss, but it is a it is a disrespect to disrespect somebody else's channel, and then want to make these outrageous statements and slander. Just remember, you're not insulting them, you're insulting yourself on who you say you are as an individual. You know, what you say to them will definitely deflect on you. And also, someone's going to put a spotlight on who you really are. It can happen to any of us, you know, any of us. If we continue walking down a narrow path of foolishness and entitlement. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but you also got to remember your opinion is not a fact. Your opinion is not a fact. It's good to have input, but let it be known that it is not a fucking fact. That is just your own opinions and your opinion alone. Unless you want to bring statistics up, which has been there has been a public research on, then yeah, by all means. But always, but another thing, always keep this in mind. Folks don't really care about facts and stats if there are if there are I'm sorry, y'all. If they're if they're marching with their chest poked out in ignorance of moral superiority, you know, running with it, looking like fools with their chests poked out, you know what I mean, with their moral superiority. See, those are the ones that really not going to get it until the next life. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. These niggas are not going to get it, until, I don't know, until the universe just have them reincarnated in a different time, a different space. But, we here. All right, all right. See, and it's like one thing that people can see is that when I have these live panels, man, like nobody ain't disrespecting nobody. Everybody is talking. Everybody could disagree without calling each other out their names and the whole nine. Like that's how you conduct a panel. You know what I mean? Like that's how you conduct a panel, where everybody is just chilling. You know what I mean? Don't have to be a lot of people, which I prefer not to have a lot of people because, you know, like folks' points won't get won't folks' input won't get across, with all everybody talking over each other. You know what I mean? So it's like I prefer a lot of viewers, but a very few panelists. You know what I'm saying? Very few panelists. And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? I'm really okay with that. Like I don't really want, 10 people at a time. Like although like, you know what I mean, that'll make people feel hype, especially me. But on the reality note of it is I like it to be not a lot of panelists. Just I mean, maybe like you know 4 or 5 people on the panel. You know what I mean? That's just my my individual take on that. And I'm not knocking those who actually got their like platform popping. It's just that I get tired of people. I get tired of niggas bragging and boasting. You know, I get tired of people bragging and boasting and just putting on this smug like persona. It's like, bro, it's like if you with Asian women, then why the fuck are you on this side of the woods? I know that also contradicts about being pro-black, But what I have a problem is like if you a black man, if you understand, you know, the struggles that we all go through, like you shouldn't be putting nobody down. Like you shouldn't be throwing you shouldn't be throwing rocks if you also live in a glass house and act like, you know what I mean, that side don't got issues of their own. I mean, shit. I've said this plenty of times. Like, some of these BWs are very fucking quiet. Very, very fucking quiet. When the verdict came in that a white man can't do no harm to black women. Oh, you gonna learn. You gonna learn. Gonna learn the hard way. You're gonna learn the fucking hard way. Why you think Becky is stepping back from Tom and Jerry or Chad or Robert? Yeah, I mean, so pretty much, like, I don't know why BWs are bragging about having these Becky sloppy seconds. Joke's on you, motherfucker. Joke's on you. And when I mean, shit, it's mm, I feel like Bumpy Johnson, you know, Bumpy Johnson out in Harlem getting his shoes shine and just seeing, seeing the foolery. Like, oh, they thought it was greener on the other side when it's really just fucking blue. I know, I know. It's not funny on on what they're dealing with their Roberts and Thomas and Jerry, you know. But it's just like, well, I mean, if you dated trash in your own backyard, what makes you think you're gonna have a success rate uh finding finding Mr. Right on the other side if all you do is attract toxic motherfuckers? It's like how you want a better man when you're not a better woman? How you want a better woman when you're not a better man yourself? Show respect and respect shall be received to you. Don't show no form of respect, well, shit, you gonna get the same disrespect that you're greeting with others. You know what I mean? This ain't rocket science. Damn sure not rocket science. So, y'all folks need to do better, man, because y'all forgetting that y'all are on borrowed time. And some of the things you wish you never did, well, should have thought about that in the first place. Now you gotta make that bed and lie in it. But that don't mean that's the end of the road. That definitely don't mean that it's the end of the road. But it can be the end of the road if you do not make or take the steps to change for your sake of yourself. Not for others, for yourself. And just a footnote, I overheard, my mother's boyfriend, right? Talking to, pretty much talking about me, about my happiness. Now I could have went upstairs and just corrected him, but I took the higher road. I took the higher road by not even responding to them. You know how I respond? I respond with action. By showing them, like, who said I need who said I need my parent that raised me since 16 years old to have my to fulfill my happiness. Listen, I'm already a grown man. I could find my happiness on my own. See, problem is, you know, I hate to say it, but some of you Gen Xers been looking for your happiness in the wrong place with the wrong people. See, happiness starts with yourself. Can't be in a relationship and demand roses in a box of chocolate when you ain't when you ain't bettered yourself. And I hate some of you Gen Xers that like to sit here and be like, I do love myself. Like, how? You're not showing that you love yourself. You're not even like trying to trying to you're not even trying to be a better you. If you're still stuck with the same old problem that's been what's the word I'm looking for? That's been you haven't done a damn thing about it. Pretty much. Still continue on, making the same subtle mistakes. Same mistakes, and it's going to keep on costing you, you know, till you get older. And then when you come to a moment of clarity, it's already too little, too late. You wasted all those years that God given you, where you could have made a turnaround, and you know what I mean? It's just a thought. It's just a thought, but they like to say that we're not adults though, because we don't have these earthly things, you know, in our disposal yet. But it's like, why am I going to you know, sw- sweat on these things? I mean, this is my concern. This shouldn't be your concern, you know, especially if they are being half-ass teachers, like actual public school teachers. You know what I mean? One of you know This is one thing that my homegirl from the UK, you know, would tell me. Very lovely woman. She actually she actually is a gorgeous woman compared to her fellow natives. I mean, not to say that she's Jesus perfect, but you know what I mean. She willing to admit that she ain't the wrong. She ain't the wrong. But one thing that she told me about adults, if I ever have parents, if I ever was a parent, sorry, um, the more the title, the more they abuse it, you know? And this also leads to another rabbit hole that people don't talk about. How you want to teach your kids to respect, but then you being a bad example while you disrespecting other people. And it's like, well, how you want us to have respect for ourselves or for others, and you're not being a good example or role model for the children. I'm sure y'all got nieces and nephews, as well as little cousins. But what would I know, man? But I appreciate everybody rocking with me, though. This was actually going to be well, I don't really know. I don't really know because I got nothing else to do. I'm bored out my mind. Bored out my goddamn mind. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll figure something out. I'll figure something out. I always do. I always do. I always do, man. Cause we men, we're thinkers, and not only that, uh, we make shit happen. You know what I mean? If we are bored and we're unsatisfied, what do? You change that, by keeping yourself occupied. But I don't know, I got time. It's just that I got some I got some gorilla glue right in front of me, and I nigga don't got no blunt wraps. That's all. That what I mean? Cause I could go on. Oh, trust me, I could definitely go on. But nigga needs some food as well as no get that right, get that feel of being hot. That good old smooth laid back high. And I mean, uh, I will say this: I smoke for my enjoyment, not to run away from my problems. Here's a fun That's a fun fact right there about me. For those who don't know, like I enjoy smoking, okay? I enjoy smoking uh some fine weed, I'm glad I would say I'm glad that a nigga didn't start smoking when he was in the 11th or 12th grade. This was actually my own accord. I actually wanted to give hitting that blunt a try. But I've always heard stories that you know, niggas like to lace blunts. So that would make me what I mean, just be like, I'm good. Cause shit. Even though Friday is a fictional movie, but shit. what they what Smokey was telling Craig that he got high with these fool with the essays. Didn't even know that he was smoking angel dust. Like, yeah, man, like that could be the worst experience for somebody, like, to start off, like, what I mean, smoke weed. But I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad. I'm fucking glad that I didn't get laced. You know, I didn't get laced, which is, a blessing. Which is a blessing in disguise that a nigga is not twitching. You know what I mean? Or like feeling paranoid all the time. So I am, I'm very grateful on that note. Very grateful, very grateful. Oh man, I didn't even really. I mean, it's my off day. I mean, I just been in between, uh, straightening up my little area where I practice. You know, because people don't like people just don't like to clean up shit after themselves. You know, so it was just like, you know what, man, like this is mainly my domain, so it's like, yeah, let me straighten this room up. This once was a living room up. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, like I just, like I said, like I find it funny how how people like to call you out and try to tell you about yourself, but then it's like you go tell, like, you just like, well, how are you saying this and that to me when you need to be talking to the nigga that doesn't really live here, but you gave him all the privileges though, right? Like, yeah. See, I couldn't see myself doing that, man. I couldn't. I really couldn't. I don't know why some of Generation X do this type of shit, but it's just like, as long as I'm not doing it, I'm okay. You know? But it's fucking weird how people of desperation, desperation of wanting to be with somebody, and you know what I mean, not seeing you know not seeing what everybody else sees in them. You know what I mean? Especially like I would, especially like my your third eye should be like on point. Cause what I'm about to say, man, like I could never picture myself jumping in a relationship with one of my cousin's sloppy seconds, and also had a baby at that. It's like, nah, I really couldn't see myself. I really couldn't see myself, especially on, you know, especially their lifestyle that they were living. Like, I'm sorry, I couldn't. I couldn't. And if I ever did, my loved ones and anybody who I fuck with, you know, hold that on my head. Hold that shit on my head. Cause like, I'm sorry. I'd rather be alone. I'd rather be alone than you know what I mean? Try to hook up with one of my family members, baby mamas. Baby mama. You know what I mean? Like that shit is so trifling. That shit is so trifling. I'm gonna repeat that again. That shit is so trifling. And people ought to be ashamed of themselves too, man. You know, you you destroy your own family dynamics for this nigga. It's like you destroyed your you destroyed your family structure for this bitch. I'm sure we have those family members who put your cousins or nieces and nephews through hell with their with their uh with their lousy choices. Especially like, you know, relationship wise. It's like, how you cool with him or her, you know what I mean, being up all in your house, but you pushing your loved ones away that knows these individuals from the back of their hand. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But all I know is this: Gen Xers, man, y'all don't got a lot of time. Shit, y'all don't got a lot of time. And where y'all heading at? Shit, y'all might meet the same fate as the boomers and the silent generation. But what the fuck would I know, right? What would I know? Well, it just goes to show that people want to people want to live 10 life values ass backwards instead of properly learning, the 10 life values, the correct way. Because, how you going to focus on the external, but then leave the internal hollow? You know, you just a made nigga or a made bitch that's that's just a broken silhouette. Who is a broken silhouette? Because you put the externals five first rather than the internal five. Folks need to wake the fuck up. Cause it's definitely not looking good for humanity. Damn sure not looking good. But I don't know, man. You know, I'm just observing, as well as gaining some enlightenment, as well as Well, I want to say what I've discovered was really enlightenment was I would say it was a divine intervention from the things that I was observing, when you reflect on a lot of things, when you reflect on things, man, like, not to say you regret it, but it's like, wow, I know now. I know now how to move accordingly when dealing with individuals that are, that say they mean well, but you know, say they mean well, but they're all smoke and mirrors, you know, for the bad, for the good, the bad, and the worse, you know. It's like I was saying earlier, like, you got a lot of people who are really good at hiding who they truly are until it slips up and they true colors start seeping through the cracks of their mask, you know, pretty much showing their hand. Like, pretty much showing their fucking hand, man. Like, and it's like, goddamn, it's a shame. It is a shame. It is a fucking shame, man. It is a shame. But, I mean, like I said, man, like, this is just my observation, you know, people I deal with, people that I'm now just now like, I'm parting ways with them for their disrespect and their betrayal. And it's like when you have people that stuck to their old ways, man, it's better to accept them for who they are and just keep it moving. Now, it's up to you if you want to keep them around or just part ways and grow on your own time. But hey, shout out to the 8 likes though. Um, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. You know, and like I said, man, you know, my Cash App, is down in the description box, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? If you support the channel, man, support it. You know what I'm saying? By, being a contributor. You know what I mean? Like, I don't knock nobody when they you know what I mean? And I do my best. You know what I mean? I do my best to contribute to the chat you know, to to a lot of guys is to a lot of my people's channels, you know. Third, of course, Kuda, um, DS1's DS1's you know what I mean? You know, I'm just taking this one day at a time. You know what I mean? If ain't nobody pointing a gun at your head. But if you feel the need to contribute to my channel, Channel Haka Show, what I mean, feel free, man. Feel free. Feel free. Because I always want to give y'all, my best of my best content. You know what I mean? Rather it's talking about life, talking about life shit, real life, or martial arts or music, you know, you know, it's like it's not like I'm asking for $100, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm asking for $100 and I rather keep this in what I mean, within the manosphere instead of like the YouTube monetizing my channel. You know what I mean? Because I also heard what I mean, they take half of what you make when you're doing these live streams and talking about current events, politics, you know what I mean? Or, what's going on in the ass backwards unconscious community, you know, that is doing more bad than they're doing good. So like I said, it's what I mean, it's just an experiment, you know. Like I said, man, like uh what I mean, just what I mean, if you feel like a good Samaritan, what I mean, do so. What I mean, I'm not forcing nobody. You know what I mean? This is just a thought. Like, if you feel like you want to support the channel, please do so. You know what I mean? Do so. You know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean? I love, I love expressing myself. You know what I mean? Now, if I could get paid by expressing myself on here, that'll be terrific. You know what I mean? But it's not like I'm asking for it's not like I'm asking for $100 or $50 bills and all that. Like, small contributions are allowed in. You know what I mean? Whatever you could chip in. I'm shit, like I'm not really too what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not really desperate for the money. But if I am putting in the time out, for my content, it's like, hey, why not? You know? It's no different than making beats, you know what I mean? Just my perspective. Just my perspective. But yeah, man, I might just cut this shit short. Uh I just needed to get need to I feel the need that shit needs to be addressed. Now I'm sure Third Ward is still here. Uh we'll probably talk about it on him and his team's channel. And make sure y'all go follow it. Make sure y'all go subscribe to their channel, For the Record TV. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Got some real topics. real topics, but only for the strong and thick skin only. If you're not strong, you don't got thick skin. Uh, only thing I'm gonna have to tell you is you better get going and develop that thick skin instead of making an after stream just you know doing all this slandering and pandering, you know. But that's all I gotta say. And see you this weekend. All right, peace.